Welcome to the Land Your Bet Sports Betting Show. 8 NBA games here on Monday. We've got 4 teams on a back-to-back, so there are a bunch of teams we can't necessarily bet on just yet as I'm recording this here on Sunday night. Good day on Sunday. Better day than it kind of seemed like, because I was complaining my butt off here in the VIP Discord. A little bit frustrated with the way a couple of things went, including Ace Bailey. We'll talk about that at the end of the episode. I'll go through all the bets we had here on Sunday, give you guys a chance to get into the VIP, get onto landyourbets.com, access all of the projections that we're going to be going over as we talk about stuff here for Monday's game. So if that all sounds good, give this video a like. Let's get right into it. Like I mentioned, I'm going to be using these projections here that we've got on landyourbets.com using the Swishland model. Going to be able to see everybody here, all the guys that are in points, assists, rebounds, threes, all the things you need in the projections we have based on their minutes and whatnot. And then as always, going to be using Props Madness as well, the #1 sports betting research tool for matchup data. You can look at recent numbers, look at these incredible advanced filters. That's exactly how you should be using this platform more than anything. Use all these different stat filters to be able to find the exact situation that you're looking for in today's games. And that'll help you recreate, see how a guy does in this exact context. This is the best spot for it. So go ahead and use code LYB if you do sign up for Props Madness and want to get that month 25% off when you do use that code here. So kicking it off with this Bucks and Cavs game. Don't have much for the Cavs right now. I will say that Darius Garland is out again. So is Jalen Tyson. The guy that I'd be looking at the most is Sam Merrill. His prop has not risen because he hasn't gone too far over it. But I still think 11.5 is beatable. We played this over 10.5 last game against the Grizzlies, and we played it against the Raptors because when we have Garland and Jalen Tyson out, we have a really diminished guard rotation at this point. So it's Sam Merrill for about 28 minutes or so. It's going to be Lonzo Ball for low 20s, and then Donovan Mitchell for everything. It's just tough for me to bet on the Cavs when Donovan Mitchell just has a usage through the roof, doesn't pass the freaking ball. So I'm just kind of over that. And Lonzo was a good hit on the assist last game at 4.5, but right, like he had 6 potentials. So he's only going to get that 22, 23 minutes. And the Bucks defense is a bit better at stopping assists than this Grizzlies defense. So I don't know if I can get there, especially at minus 154 for the assists. But my favorite play here on the other side is going to be AJ Green. I can't believe this opened at minus 8.5 for any kind of juice. Like I would absolutely hit this right now. I just don't bet things overnight in the NBA. I wait till the next day to get my bets down and my official bets down on the card. But this 8.5 number is crazy, right? Like we have AJ Green shooting the majority of his shots from 3. 9 is divisible by 3. If you hit 3 threes, you get 9 points. And that's what he's going to do. So he took 10 threes last game, 4 in the previous game here, 26 minutes versus Charlotte, and then 3 threes against Charlotte in the 2 games in a row. But other than those doo-doo games against Charlotte, he's taken 8, 7, 5, 8, 4, 8, 5, 7, 8. Like he's taking 7 to 8 threes consistently when he's playing consistent minutes, and he's going to be playing consistent minutes once again in this one in the starting lineup with Gary Trent. And the key here too for the matchup is going to be that this team, while it's not bad limiting threes overall, they're bad in the corner, right? 28th here at limiting threes in this corner. He's scoring 40% of his points from corner threes, and then the other half essentially from above the break threes. And I'm not scared of this Cleveland defense, especially against a dude who is hitting 2/3 of his points are coming from the spot up, and this team is the second worst team limiting spot up points. So I love AJ Green more than anything. Even at 9.5, I would still take the points over the threes. I think we'll see what the threes are at. Plus 120 is really juicy. I'm not going to lie, but I usually prefer points just because you have more outs for ways to score, obviously, than the threes. Sometimes the threes make sense. I get it, but even 9.5 points, I'm probably still taking the threes, the points for AJ Green to the over. But if this is 8.5, absolutely taking the points more than anything. Just love that number there for him. Let's move down here to Charlotte and Toronto. I'll come back to this Clippers and 76ers game. I just have my notes in a different order than what we have here. And I like some stuff in Charlotte too. I do not bet on Toronto, so please don't ask me about that. It's nothing against this Raptors squad. They have like 4 dudes doing the same stuff. So I don't really know who to bet on. But I do know LaMelo is going to play in this game after he missed the second leg of the back-to-back. That obviously impacts a ton of stuff. We hit his rebounds and assists last game because it was at 11.5. Now it's 12.5. DraftKings 13. I would not hit 13.5. And I still don't know if he's on a minutes limit. He was clearly on a minutes limit against Milwaukee, but that wasn't made public until like minutes before tip-off, which was annoying. We still hit him at 11.5, even though we knew he was probably on a minutes limit, just didn't know for sure. We still were okay with 11.5 rebounds and assists. Now against Toronto, they're a much better sort of fly around defense, limiting assists, limiting spot ups. I don't feel nearly as good as I did against Milwaukee when it came to his RA in this one. So I'm probably staying away from him on that. But I mean, look, Moussa Diabate is an absolute monster. All right. Like, he's on the floor to do one thing, and that is to rebound. In these last 3 games, he's played 24, 43, and 23 minutes. The rebound chances 24, 25, and 21. And the thing here is, like, he started in this Bucks game when Kalkbrenner was out, and he's ended with 25 rebound chances in 43 minutes. But these other 2 games where he did not start, he played 24 minutes and had 21 and 20. My point here is when he goes up against the backups, love that for him. All right. And honestly, when he goes up against anybody, like, he's not going to be playing against Pirtle. Kalkbrenner is questionable. I will say he's game time decision again. But my point here is mainly I don't care if Kalkbrenner plays or not. If Kalkbrenner plays, Moussa comes off the bench. He plays against worse backups. If Kalkbrenner does not play, Moussa starts, plays against better competition, but gets twice as many minutes. So I'm good with it either way, is my point. Whether we know about Kalkbrenner playing or not, the rebounds for Moussa Diabate at 8.5, especially for plus money, I cannot imagine this stays at 8.5 or plus money. But I would take this 8.5 at like minus 130. I still love that number for Moussa to get at least 9 boards in this one. Don't know about the double-double. The points are hyper relevant to me to how many minutes he's playing, and if Kalkbrenner's in, then the rebounds are just way better than the points. And I do like Khan in this one, but again, like, the spot up stuff, or I guess the 3-point stuff is what bothers me. They are actually pretty bad against the spot up, which is so weird for the Raptors, that they're bad against the spot up, but they limit 3-point attempts a ton. Super weird. But he's probably not a bad play. Even with LaMelo, he's averaging about 16.5 points per 36. So I think Khan's okay. I'm probably not going to go over on him. My favorite and probably only bet for the Hornets in this one will be the Moussa Diabate play. Quick reminder that Novig is the sportsbook exchange of the month up on landerbets.com. If you do sign up for this sportsbook exchange, you'll be able to bet against your peers rather than against the sportsbook. You can set your own lines and choose the lines that people are setting as well to bet against them rather than the sportsbook. Like I said, if you do sign up, use code LYB. You'll get all this bonus bets here, and we're happy to give you a free month of access to landerbets.com. Check out the website there with the projections as well as the bets that I'm putting down in the NBA. So if you do want to get that, like I said here, email us at support@landerbets.com. Let us know you signed up for Novig. You'd like to check out the site on landerbets.com. Happy to give you access to it for a free month. All right, let's go back up to 76ers and Clippers. Still can't get a bet down on this just yet, but I can tell you that Paul George is questionable. That's huge. We also know, by the way, that Joel is out. So is Adembona, and so is Kelly Oubre Jr., Tsunami Poppy. We got to mention that because here's what I'd love to do is bet on Quentin Grimes. Paul George is questionable, so we don't have Quentin Grimes numbers, right? And that's super relevant because if Paul George does play, I suppose there's the possibility that he starts. I think even if Paul George plays, he's seeing limited minutes and he's coming off the bench. That would make the most sense to me. That would be how I would do it if I was Nick Nurse. I'm not an NBA coach, so maybe that doesn't matter. But Quentin Grimes will be getting minutes, I think, even if Paul George plays. So there's a world where it's actually better for us if Paul George plays, and that keeps Quentin Grimes props low, and then we can take the over because we know Quentin Grimes is still going to play full minutes and Paul George is not. And so if that happens, love Quentin Grimes. That's sort of what we're looking for here. Is the market is going to want to bet on Paul George, and the market is going to say, well, if Paul George is playing, then Quentin Grimes is not going to play as much. And I think here on Lander Bets, we know that's not true. We know Quentin Grimes is going to get those minutes. He got the minutes when Kelly Oubre went down in this last game, ended up playing 32. I think there's no way that Quentin Grimes plays less than 30 minutes in this game with or without Paul George, to be honest with you. So just waiting for those numbers. And the only reason we don't have it is because George is keeping it down. That's great. Great stuff. We're going to get that. Andre Drummond, man, like it's gone. The value's gone. We got 12.5 boards, 11.5 points. He had 3 good games in a row, and he's where you would go if you look at the fact that there's no other centers now on this team. You've got Drummond, and you've got that's it, right? Because you had Dembona and you had Embiid, and both of them are now on the bench. So we're talking about limited big men here for the 76ers now moving forward. What are Trent Watford's boards at, to be honest? 3.5. That's a little bit low he played 14 minutes, but he's going to be needed 2 more now with Kelly Oubre out. Let's wait on Quentin Grimes' number. Let's see if Paul George is playing, but I'm considering Watford's boards at 3.5, and I know I'm going to be playing PRA specifically for our boy in Quentin Grimes. Would love to take Maxey, man, but this stuff's getting out of control with the 30.5 points. Like, this dude's leading the league in scoring for a reason, so unfortunately don't think I have a bet for Tyrese in this one. Let's move down to this Knicks and Heat game, which had like a gajillion points in it last time around, which is why everybody's numbers have gone up. Norm Powell, he was at like 23.5 points last time, now at 26.5 because he put up 38 in 33 minutes, by the way, shooting like 58% from the field. Hot shooting night. Not sure if I want to bet on him to get 38 again, but 26.5 is about what he's averaging. Wiggins here, 18.5 points despite not getting that, right? He had 15 in the last game, shot 33% from the field. But his stuff still went up because this last game, these two teams just played was at like 110 pace with 1 million points scored in it. Everybody went over. Everyone and their mama went over in this game, except for Mikal Bridges, who we'll talk about in a second. Freaking Mikal Bridges. Jaime, the rebounds and assists are still not the look for me. 12.5, still a very beatable number for him. He's getting a ton of assists. Potential assists, 14 potential assists. Even in the games where he went under, he had 10 potential assists, consistently getting double digits. That's what he's averaging now, is about 12 of them. And then on the rebound chances, also averaging about 12, I believe, 14, 13 per game in that range. Just came off a 20 spot on the rebound chances alone in 34 minutes. It's going to be up tempo once again. These teams are going to play fast paced. Jalen Brunson is actually a guy who slows the tempo down because he does want to sort of play in the half court a lot more. Now you're going to talk about guys that want to play in with speed. Jordan Clarkson, if Deuce McBride plays, he's questionable as well. But we already know the Heat are going to keep this game with the pace super high. So Jaquez on the RA, love that for my favorite look for this team in this game. Kind of considering a Wiggins under again, but we'll probably stay away from that because of the pace. Here's what's interesting to me on the other sides. Like I have a lot more for the Knicks because I do like the Jaime RA. And now we're talking about Mikal. What's so weird to me is that he just went up 19.5. 20.5 on DraftKings for his points. He closed at 16.5. That was the line that he had in this last game against Miami. So why did it go up? I mean, he did shoot 21 times, shot 29% from the field. It's a huge reason why he had 15 points, right? But it went up 4 to 5 points on the prop line. So I think people are still aware that 21 shots and a usage rate of 21% in this last game. Like, you don't expect Cat to shoot as well as he did in this last one, which means there's going to be a few more shots probably from Mikal Bridges. And now OG is out as well. So with OG out, like, it's tough to go under on Mikal, despite how insanely high 19.5 points looks for a dude who's averaging 15.5 on the season. But the only thing we don't know is, so my main point here is I'm not touching it. I'm not going under, but I'm not taking an over on 19.5 points for Mikal Bridges. Like, look at what this dude is doing. If I were to go anything with him, it would be under. Let me put it that way for you for Mikal. And then Miles is questionable. I said last game for the folks in the VIP, Jordan Clarkson for 15 points was plus 340 last game. That's gone. There's no way you're getting that number now for him because he just put up like 20 whatever points. But Miles is going to be questionable in this one. And it's personal reasons. So he may or may not play. I don't think he's going to. We're not going to get the Jordan Clarkson lines until Miles is out. If Miles is out, love assists for Josh Hart once again. This is my favorite prop for him, is the dimes. Love that he had 16 potentials. That's the best sort of volume stat for me to want to take him. When we look at rebounds, like 8.5, but he also had 16 potential rebound chances, 8.5 boards on 16 rebound chances versus the assists at 6.5, right, on the same amount of potentials. And I would imagine that he's going to get a ton more potentials in this game. Again, no OG, who got hurt in this last game against the Heat. And then we're also talking about potentially Miles out, and like nobody else is trying to pass, really. Like none of these other guards are really looking to pass. I do think Landry Shamet's going to be somebody that you can maybe get some assists on as well, because I would just say he's more likely to pass than like a Jordan Clarkson. You get my point. Like, Hart is going to be great for the dimes. I think Landry's probably going to be good for the dimes because not many people are going to be passing for this squad when they go to the other than Josh Hart, like I said, who's actually looking for other dudes. That's really it. I don't want to ramble about the Knicks too much. I'll just summarize it once again. Jaime Jaquez, 12.5 RA, like that over. Staying away from Mikal, and then Josh Hart on the assists, and then Landry Shamet probably on the assists. And if we get Jordan Clarkson's numbers, when we do get them, because Miles is going to be ruled in or out, if he's ruled out, Clarkson's probably coming in at like 14, 15.5 points. I think I'm still taking it, man. Like, this is a team that has revolved around Jalen Brunson and his ability to go one-on-one, and their best one-on-one player outside of Cat, from the perimeter anyway, at this point, is going to be Jordan Clarkson, who's going to see a decent amount of minutes. What did he play in this last game, minutes-wise? Especially once OG went down, right? He had 24 points, played 33 minutes. I think we're going to see him in the 30s again. And if Deuce is in, I still think you want Jordan Clarkson as a better scorer out there for a solid 28, 29 minutes in this one. So if you have him at high 20s, low 30s, like, I'm okay with taking him at like 20 points in this game. I don't have much for the rest of the slate because the Mavs are going to be on back-to-back, whatever. The Bulls are also on a back-to-back, and then we've also got Jokic questionable, Cam Johnson also questionable, so is Julian Strawther, and then we don't know about the Bulls players because they're on the back-to-back. We'll wait and see on this. I might have a live show tomorrow. I really want to go over more of this slate. We'll see about it, but either way, that is all the time I have for you guys, so I appreciate you guys tuning in for this one. Had to get something out. I know it's mad late, but appreciate you guys watching. We'll be back on Tuesday as well with another NBA episode, and if you do want to see the Monday Night Football stuff, Nate and I have some player props and some looks for you in that game, so check that one out. Until we see you next, happy betting.